So for anyone who's listening who has signed up for DC Peaks 50 3 times, you haven't signed up yet for year number 4, it will be well worth it to do your 4th because next year...
We know who you are.
We're looking right at you.
We know who you are.
We have a very unique list.
There's some people that have signed up every year that are also signed up this year. There's some people that have done it every year that are not signed up this year. You know who you are.
Welcome back to the next aid station. I'm your host, Jake Kilgore, co-hosting, of course, Mick Garrison.
What's up, dog?
What's up, man?
Let's go.
We have had an interesting last few days here at the next aid station, and this is fun. This has been really fun. I'm going to open up today's show with one more Team USA Olympic thought as we sunset the 2024 Olympics, only because it came across my feed a few days ago, and I thought, I'm going to hit Mick with this live on air to get your reaction.
Oh, boy.
Did you know that after the gold medal game, the basketball game, Team USA's basketball team, they drug tested for PEDs? Steph, KD, and Anthony Edwards.
Nope. I did not know that. Not LeBron.
That's where I was going with this. So you're going to drug test KD. Has he ever lifted weights? Look at his arms. They look like mine. And Braun's just over there at 39 years old looking like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's
You're
that's
like,
weird.
Braun, you're good, bro. But how about this guy?
Well, they're
I
like,
want the thin man.
if they're like, first of all, we don't want them to fail.
Right.
Second of all, that way we can make it look like it was just random.
Super random. Okay. Steph has put on serious weight and muscle, and it has allowed his longevity. I'm super impressed with his work ethic and what he has done at his... Holy crap. Anthony Edwards, athletically a freak.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, let's test him. But to make it look random, give me the thin man.
Did they did they just do it because they won gold?
I guess. Do you think they tested Jokic?
They should.
Look at him.
He looks tubby.
Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting thought. You went exactly where my head went when I read that. I'm like, okay, KD, Braun, you're good. Hit the showers.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guys were kind of complaining like they couldn't even celebrate because they were off testing, and it was like this delayed gratification of. So I don't know if it was like against the U.S. Maybe it's protocol for gold medalists. I don't know. I'm sure there's all kinds of Olympic, testing, which I'm all for. I think it's awesome. You got to test them.
Do you think they test like the Chinese ping pong players?
I'm sure they test everyone.
They whoop everybody's ass.
Yep.
Test them.
Yeah, test everyone. But I'm all for that. I'm not against the test or think that,
Okay, hang on. What about equestrian?
Testing the horses.
Do you test the rider?
Yeah. He's like 4'10" and weighs 94 pounds. I'm testing him.
For what?
I don't know.
Vitamin B.
Growth stunting hormones. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting.
Sunsetting the Olympics on that. We should test the thin man. Braun, hit the showers. We're good with you.
We're going to start testing the winner of DC Peaks 50.
Yes. Well, I'm not awarding them the bear tag unless I know they're clean.
Yeah. And we're not even going to do it with like an actual test. We're just going to interrogate them.
Where were you? Where were you on August 2nd? Yes. Okay. This week, Mick, I know we're a week and a half out, which typically when we do pre-race predictions, we do it just a few days before race day. But due to the OCC, CCC, and UTMB weekend happening next weekend, we decided this week is CCC week. So for all of our viewers, the CCC is the 100K in the great mountains of the Swiss Alps, French Alps.
Chamonix.
Chamonix. Oui, Chamonix.
Chamonix, France, UTMB, biggest trail run race in the world. I mean, it looks like Tour de France.
The whole course looks like the Boston Marathon in the mountains.
Yeah, I want that here.
Yeah. So I'm going to be putting in for UTMB. So I'm very excited about that. I've never tried to get into UTMB or the CCC. So that's very exciting for me for next year. But there are so many athletes to choose from in the CCC. 100K in the steepest, most beautiful mountains, perhaps in the world. I don't know who would argue against that. But the part of the world that this race takes place in is insane. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand how Europe handles and treats their athletes in the mountains, better recognize, because it's crazy.
Yep.
I wish we had that here.
Me too. I mean, these, first of all, they can climb.
Yep.
These are steep mountains. They're very good climbers. It's their job. They're paid. And the media coverage, you can see how that happens. Like, it's a big deal.
These little small European towns just blowing up with tourists and fans. Do the restaurants and bars just shut down?
I've seen, all of us have that watch this. They play loud music through the city as the runners are coming into the finish line, and it's like a little emotional, actually. I'm like, all the hard work that they put in. I'm like, this is what's up.
Okay,
that's much more than a cowbell. That's what you get here.
Bell.
Yeah, you get a cowbell, like dong.
One dong.
Some races are picking it up, like Western, Hard Rock. There's a really cool vibe there.
We tried to pre-race review Leadville, but because they didn't list their runners, we couldn't really touch on it. But from what I saw, Leadville's a big party. 750 runners in the Leadville 100, something like that.
Yeah,
some crazy high number. U.S. Forest Service.
Yeah, I'm like, how do they get that?
I don't know. But to the point of a race director, UTMB, CCC, it's like thousands of runners. So just for the fear fact, you're like, okay, well, every runner has a family or two or a friend or two that comes, or there's 1,000 fans. That's more fans than you get in most races here locally, just due to the sheer number of runners in UTMB.
It's fun.
Thousands of runners. How about that as a race director?
How about that Congo line?
Yeah. That's like Boston Marathon where they stage them out in
the corrals.
The corrals, yeah.
I know. I find it a little rude that I was like a corral behind you.
I never felt more like a cow until I was racing Boston.
Mm-hmm. That was interesting.
What corral am I in? Start bucking. Yeah. So let's jump into the runners. We have a huge list of runners for the CCC. We are not going to touch on the OCC, but that race will be incredibly intriguing. But I think the names we're all familiar with start at the CCC, and then tune in next week, and we'll do UTMB.
Okay.
So from the CCC,
who
do we like, Mick?
It's hard. There's too many. And I'm also like, I just kind of look for French names, and I'm like, them. They're that good.
I like the flag next to that guy's name.
Home court advantage. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll give you some names that popped off the paper. Adam Peterman. He's fast.
I heard of him.
Yeah. You know who else is fast and has won it before? Hayden Hawks, our dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Watch for him. Who's one of my favorite local runners?
I knew you were going to draft him when you drafted him a month ago. Dakota Jones.
Yeah, Dakota Jones. Second place last year.
He's going to be right there. First place, I think he won it 2 years ago.
You know what's interesting? Oh, Caleb Olson. He's in it.
Also local Salt Lake guy.
Zach Garner.
It's probably going to be a Utah podium sweep in Europe.
Could
you imagine? A Utah sweep at the CCC. Give me that.
You know what? I can't imagine.
I absolutely can't imagine
That's
a
what
Utah sweep.
it must happen.
It must happen.
Yeah.
Let me give you something to think about.
Okay.
This made me very sad when I found this out. And it's a little teaser into our draft.
Okay.
Did you know, and you maybe didn't think about it, kind of blanked memory here, but going through all these names, you know what name I didn't see on the list on the OCC or CCC that left me feeling empty?
That you expected to be running?
Yes.
Mathieu Blanchard.
No, sir. Bro, David Sinclair.
Oh, I know.
He's
But
not racing.
He would be doing.
Either the OCC.
He'd do the OCC.
Yeah.
Crush
He's
it.
not running it
Well, why not?
because he didn't have a qualifying race in the 12-month period that led into the 2024. And a guy like that can't even get a hookup into the race.
Well,
You win.
wait, he won a UTMB event.
Thank you. But that
Do you
would
know
be-
he tried to get in?
Yes. But that would be for next year. So I think he's going to try to get into OCC next year for 2025, but he's not in this year. Very disappointing. The UTMB races, any of those, just needs to be like, yeah, bro,
I know.
come on in.
They're that big.
They are very big, but they don't care about
But we're the
Lit-
fans.
little
and we
David
want
Sinclair.
David Sinclair in.
To the people.
Let
we
him
have-
in.
We have spoken.
I'm not watching if he's not in.
I will turn this show off right now. In fact, I won't even do my predictions if you don't let him in.
Yeah, let him in. We'll just stay here.
We'll sit here in silence until. So, because of that, David Sinclair not being in and his absolutely insane performance at the Speed Goat this year, he beat he beat Hayden Hawk's record. He beat Jim Walmsley's record. He beat Killian's record. He beat Sage Canada's time. He beat all the dogs that
Ricky
have
Gates.
ever raced Speed Goat
Yeah,
and went sub 5 hours. So
he did. Different route.
a little bit. I don't care. It's a little bit, but regardless, that dog
It's just a footnote. That's all.
needs to be in the OCC. Okay, so with that thought, I felt like we're about halfway through this year's season, maybe 3/4 of the way through the running season. We're mid-March. Today's today's August 21st.
Yep.
We're midway through August. The season's kind of winding down. I would say we're starting the fourth quarter of the running season.
But I would say the fourth quarter's prime.
Yeah. So instead of waiting until December, we are going to draft our top 5 performances of 2024 to date in the trail running scene.
Love
So
it.
what has happened from January 1 to mid-August that is like, boom, I'm drafting that as my top pick or my top 5 picks. I believe I had the first pick last time.
I get to go first.
This would be you, sir, with the first overall pick.
Okay. For the top performances in 2024, fresh. A weekend away, man. David Roche breaks a 19-year-old Leadville 100 record. That's amazing. That's a long time, dude. Crushes it. And you know where I was getting my updates?
Instagram.
From you.
I was all over it.
Yeah.
So I was your live stream.
Yeah. Good for him. That's a big deal. That's a that was a fast course. I mean, they're high elevation, but they were moving.
I believe it was Matt Carpenter.
19 years ago.
Yeah. That dude is legend.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Most people thought that record would like never be broken.
Big deal.
Stars aligned, David Roche coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that podium the podium for the Leadville 100 was absolutely insane. Those times were crazy.
Yeah,
Conditions must have been perfect.
I did see some updates on Instagram, and they were moving.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, how are they doing that? But that's on my list, man. Performance of the year.
I cannot argue. That's got to be
Performance of the decade.
Performance of the decades is. Okay, with my number one pick of the first 3 quarters of this year, performance, I am going to go with my guy, David Sinclair at the Speed Goat, going sub 5 hours. I can't not pick that number one. It's a local race, and we intimately know that race. Hey, you're wearing a snowbird hat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speak up.
It's like it was speaking to me.
Yeah. David Sinclair's on my list. So
Okay, well,
solid pick, bro.
Number one pick.
Okay. With my second pick, I am going back to the first race of the year that we followed. Cocodona 250. Harry Subertus coming in and stealing the win from Jeff Browning. And sub 60.
Yep.
Cocodona 250. That my number 2 pick.
You know, Harry did feel like he stole it. He felt bad.
I know.
He felt bad. But then he probably crossed the finish line. Like, I feel great.
Well, he looked great.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Great
Dude,
pick.
I mean, to beat Jeff Browning, who has led.
Bro, Jeff said he led for 165 miles.
Oh,
165 miles, you lead, and then
you get caught at the very end.
yeah.
Yeah. The commentators were like, Harry's looking really strong. He's coming for him.
Jeff was sleepwalking.
And he did. Yeah.
Okay, love it. I also am going to go back into earlier into the season, but I'm going to go before Cocodona, go to February. Hayden Hawks, after crushing our souls and getting hurt and DNFing Western, rehabbing a little minor surgery, I think he would call it, coming back and winning the Black Canyon 100K to get his golden ticket into Western. So Hayden, our Utah boy, winning Black Canyon 100K was huge performance coming off of injury.
Because of the injury. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. With my number 3 pick, I'm going Ludo Pomeray, crushing the course, beating the course record at Hard Rock, 21:33. And he's 48 years old.
Just side note.
I think he's 48, right? That's a very, very impressive performance. And I have to put that on my list.
This year has been wild. Every race that we have covered, these crazy performances of course records and so great.
Yep.
I love that one.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I really want to take 2 people here.
Oh.
2 performances.
Judges?
Because I have to go to Western. So many great stories and performances came out of Western. I'm going to give you at least one Western story because I think it's fair.
Okay.
In our draft. But I'm going to take Jim Walmsley winning his 4th Western. But I almost feel like the performance, if the category is best performance and like the performance I was most intrigued, like glued to, was Rod Farvard. Taking second, but he was like going back and forth, took the lead, and the fact that he I'm not going to say he came out of nowhere. He was on a lot of people's watch list. But to be leading Jim late into the race, mile 50, 60, 70, somewhere in there, kind of yo-yoing. So Rod Farvard, his performance at Western,
dude,
I kind of got to give it to Jim and Rod as like,
that was
you
amazing.
guys get it together.
He's doing CCC.
Yes.
I was going to mention him, but we kind of went off track there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about him.
Yep. We'll be talking about him here on the CCC.
Yeah, good pick. I like that. Okay, where are we at?
Number 5.
This is it? No. David, Harry, Ludo. I've done 3.
All right.
This is number 4.
Jimmy, cut that out.
Okay.
Number four.
There's two women that I was kind of going back and forth on. The obvious one would be Courtney. She just crushes everything. But I'm not picking it. I'm not picking Courtney.
Wait, has Courtney raced this year?
Yeah, she won Hard Rock, took 4th overall.
Oh, duh. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
But I expected it. Anyway,
She's like,
there's something else I expected, and I was like, I'm giving it to her. Number 4, Katie Scheid, 14:56 Western, and it wasn't close, bro.
You know, I love that performance because we were like, yeah, she'll win, but like, she's probably not going to hang some crazy time. She did.
I know. I'm like, you want to talk about performances? She led the whole way, and she just crushed. She crushed it, dude.
Yep.
So she's on my list.
Number 4. I am also going with a female performance that is, in my opinion, the top female performance of the year. That's where I'm going with this. And I don't think it gets broken. With the amount of races left, with UTMB, Bear, Wasatch, Run Rabbit Run, all these awesome races coming up, I think this race will stand as the best race of 2024. Best performance of a female. Jasmine Paris knocking out all 5 loops at the Barkley.
Awesome.
That's a wrap.
That's a good pick.
Jeez. That's the first time in 20 plus years ever. First time in history.
Ever.
So how long has that race been going?
And she was on a comeback because she had done well there before.
So Jasmine, congratulations. I am giving you the award for the year so everyone else can just take the year off.
It's good.
See you in 2025.
Good.
Okay,
with my number 5 pick, and it's number 5 because I knew you wouldn't take it.
Okay.
This was strategy. With my number 5 pick, I'm going with Jake Kilgore, Podium at Tahoe 200 because, and this is not even a joke, that was not supposed to happen.
No.
This wasn't like Jim Bob's 200 adventure in Lehi, Utah. Like, this was the Tahoe 200 with, like, real athletes. And you podiumed. That's wild.
Well, thank you.
And you were like a machine. After every aid station, you're like, hey, we'll see you in 5 hours. Go do that section. Repeat. Suffering. That was a performance.
And you got a front row seat to it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, thank you. Wow. I can't believe I made your draft.
Yeah.
And you're right. I would not pick that.
No,
First of all, because I didn't win the race, but.
I know. But for you to podium. Okay. If I say, what's more likely? Courtney Dauwalter wins Hard Rock or you podium Tahoe 200?
Well, yeah. Courtney's winning.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
So is your performance better than hers? I mean, for what you were supposed to do, it is.
I see.
She went out and did what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So is she a better trail runner? Yes. But and can you repeat that? I don't know. So that particular performance, if that was a once in a lifetime thing, I don't know if it was. You might go back and do it again at Bigfoot. But that hasn't happened yet. So as it stands right now, that was crazy.
Yeah. If you put it that way, like as a performance, like out of nowhere, all the stars aligned performance for an unknown name to land somewhere in that spot. You put it that way, yeah, I can see what you're saying. But yeah, you're right. I never would put myself on.
I just go and sign up for Speed Goat and take second.
And I'm like, I'm just like, that was fine. It was all right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm in. I agree with your number 5 pick now. My fifth pick. My fifth pick is not an ultra race, but a race that we both watched via YouTube Live.
I know.
Kilian Jornet in this year's and all 28K. If you didn't see that, just go ahead and turn it on and watch the last 10 minutes of that race. and be mind blown. The dude was being chased by a freaking cheetah.
Oh,
and he outran it.
that was the most intense race I've ever seen.
What's crazy is just before that race, we were talking about, well, does Killian ever race like any of the Africans or anyone else outside of like just the Europeans or like some US? And we're like, yeah, because those Africans, there's a bunch of them that can just run and they're phenomenal athletes. And there we were, found ourselves in a foot race for his 10th win at Sierras and all 10.
He got passed at the end of this race.
Yeah.
And I mean, the speed at which these guys were going, like the guy on a bike who was the camera guy couldn't keep up with them.
He had to pull over.
Killian gets passed, didn't last long, took it back. And I'm like, and yes, I'm like, can he do this against like the African runners who are the fastest people in the world? And then he has to hit the road.
I thought.
And they said,
yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name that took second. Because
Remy or something like that.
But they're like, he's a faster road runner than Killian. So it's on, dude. And it was. I mean, it was intense.
Killian's footwork going down the steep trail was absolutely insane. Like when we run together and we run up and go down, your footwork is faster than mine. Like you have great footwork, like navigating technical terrain, a bunch of switchbacks and turns. I can't, I'm not as good at that. I'm better at other things when it comes to running, but just watching your feet. And then I'm like, and then I watch Killian's and I'm like, that's literally 1 in a billion.
He's the best.
And he just wins that race 10 times.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
Like if you have a steep climb, he'll catch you, and if it's downhill, he'll also catch you. So if you want to do anything against Killian, it can't be either of the extremes, or you're dead.
Yeah, I mean it's a road marathon. Sure, great, you're gonna beat him. Put that dude in the mountains anywhere in the world. I don't care what the course is. That's crazy. Okay, that was fun.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So, I think it would be fun to try to catch our boy Bill Hiatt live on the air, and I'm just gonna put him on the air, and we're gonna see if I've never called him before. We're like Instagram friends, and we're running friends, and we're Strava friends. I talked to him at races. I've never talked to him on the phone.
Does he know you're calling him?
No.
Go.
I just sent him my number and I said, text me. So he texted me. The reason we're doing this is Bill is very, very well educated on all these major races and the picks and the podiums and who's running and who's not. And he loves it.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm going to hit him up.
He's a well-known dude in Utah.
Yes.
Trail running.
Jorts and all. Long hair and jorts. The dude is like 50 years old.
Does David Sinclair roll like that? I think they are kindred spirits.
Sinclair roll jorts. Okay, I'm going to call him up. We're going to put him on speaker on the show live.
He better answer.
We got Bill Hiatt. Come on, Bill. You dare send me the voicemail. Yeah. Bill Hiatt, Jake Kilgore here with Next Aid Station.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm looking for a pair of jorts, waist size 31.
I got plenty of those. You're 31?
Probably.
It's not to wear, it's for the wall.
Yeah, it's to go next to my Tahoe 200 belt buckle.
Oh, yeah, you look really good.
Look, bro, I got you on speakerphone live on the Next Aid Station podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
I know I didn't have you sign any sort of waiver or non-disclosure, but you're live, buddy, on the show.
Wow, okay.
Before we do our picks, we have our list of names, and there's a ton of them for the CCC. I thought it'd be fun to get your picks live on the show.
All right. I have them, actually.
Of course you do.
Let me go grab them.
Okay. while you're grabbing your picks, did you run today?
I always run later after work.
Good. Work first.
He likes that heat.
Yeah, you like that. You like that summer heat, huh?
I love it.
No, nothing like heat, swass, and jorts.
Every day.
Every day. Sweaty jorts in a late August evening and afternoon.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
Hit it, buddy. Give me your podium, and then give me your winner.
Wait. I want to hear yours first.
No.
Why do I have to
You
go first?
show
Why-
me
why-
yours. You show me yours. I'll show you mine. You know how we play.
All this swass talk.
We'll go with the guys first. I got Hayden at 1. I got Daniel Jones at 2. I have Zach Garner at 3.
Oh.
I have Andrew, I don't know how to say his last name, at 4. And then I have Peter at 5.
Ooh. Okay. I knew you were gonna have Zach in there.
Where do you have Zach?
I love Zach. I don't know if his experience. He has raced CCC before. I just don't know if he can hang. Bro, Rod Farvard, Caleb Olson.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Hayden. He said Hayden.
Rod
Listen,
Farvard,
there's too
and
many.
Caleb.
There's too many to pick from here, honestly. There's so many.
So many. Dakota Jones.
Oh, yeah, him as well.
Okay. Well, you will hear our picks when it comes out, but you had someone on there that I don't have on my list, but I mean he's on my list, but we didn't put him on Podium, so we will touch on that. Who do you like on the women?
The women, I have Jasmine at 1, Yuri at 2, Anna at 3, 4, I don't know how to say her name, HAU, and then 5, I have Emily.
Oh, Emily Von Avis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Listen, the women were a little bit harder, so I'm not familiar with a lot of them, I'll be honest.
Yep. I feel that. Okay. Dude, those are very good picks, my man. We love having you tune in live to the show.
All right.
Hey, keep those jorts fresh, man. I'll ring you up later.
All right, thanks.
Okay, buddy, later. Okay, well, that was fun. A little Bill Hiatt, local love, long hair and jorts.
Yeah. I love his Dan Jones pick.
Love it.
Yeah.
Dan Jones. We said it at Western. We talked about Dan Jones and Hayden Hawk's relationship and them training together and running together. They ran Western like 90 miles or more together and then finished bang, bang, I believe.
I like
2,
it.
3, or
Yeah.
3, 4, something like that.
Yep.
Okay. So many names. How are we going to pick A, a winner, and B, a podium? Are we going to limit it to a podium or go with 5?
No, we're going podium. Like we
Podium.
do.
Okay, podium.
Hayden's winning it. We're picking Hayden to win it. Come on, dog.
Okay, I'm with you. I'll roll with you. We'll roll Hayden Hawks to win it. Is
Yep.
that who did Bill pick Hayden?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think Caleb Olson.
Number 2.
Yep.
Caleb 2. Who do you want to go 3? We want to go Zach,
All Utah.
Daniel. I fill in an all Utah podium.
Let's go, dude.
all day. Okay. Well, then is it Zach or is it Dakota Jones?
Dakota.
Dakota number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so our podium is Dakota Jones, Caleb Olson, and to win it, our dog, Hayden Hawks.
Uh-huh. They're good picks.
If Hayden wins CCC, he might. Could he be trail athlete of the year?
I don't know. We got to see what happens
What else is Jim doing this year?
In the 100-miler.
I don't know.
Is
what's
Jim
on.
not doing UTMB?
I don't know. I guess we haven't looked at the list yet till next week.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll do it end of the year.
That's cool. Women's.
There's so many people. There's so many people that everyone on our podium could not even podium. That's how stacked the field is.
We have so many people to watch. Some of them will not top 10.
It's insane.
Look at our watch list. Look at our men's watch list real quick.
Okay.
We picked all Americans to watch. We have no Europeans on there. Dan Jones is not American. He's like New Zealand. He's New Zealand. Is that even a thing?
He's training in Utah.
He's
At
from
least
New
once.
Zealand. But we didn't pick any Europeans.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, there's going to be somebody that we didn't even mention that's going to be in the top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Probably podium. But-
I mean, what are we going to do? We got to
Yeah.
pick somebody.
And
Jim is doing UTMB.
Jim is doing UTMB. So clearly if he wins UTMB and Western, then he gets the award. So I'm pushing from here's our pick. All Utah CCC podium. You heard it here first on the next aid station. Okay, women's podium, CCC.
Hey,
When I say CCC, I feel like I'm from Spain or Mexico.
well, you speak Spanish.
CCC. This is.
Do this next segment in Spanish, por favor.
I will do that. Okay, women to watch out for. Tony McCann. She won the OCC.
I like this pick because it's fun and it's interesting. So I'm glad you said her.
I'm kind of a big fan of someone just really kicking butt in the lower distances and their first time at the big distance.
Uh-huh. That's what you did with Arlen Glick in Cocodona, and he did good.
Yeah, usually their first time at the new distance, similar to my 200, because I'll just draw from my own experience. The first time at the new distance, the unknown is so exciting that you have extra adrenaline because you've never been that far and you've never done it. And I want to finish that distance, and all those variables.
Yeah, she crushed the
I like
50K.
I like Tony a lot.
That's fun. I'm rolling with that.
Bill also picked for his top 5, I think, this Emily's Von Avis. I'm sure we're saying her name wrong. 8th female CCC 2 years ago. First female Puerto Vallarta UTMB 100K. That's pretty impressive. I don't know who races in the Puerto Vallarta UTMB 100K, but she won that. 6th in the Speed Goat, so we are familiar there.
Yep.
So obviously a bunch of these runners have ran Speed Goat, and they got to have all their qualifying stones to get in. So that makes sense.
Yep.
Riley Brady, Black Canyon, Podium Javelina 100. I don't know that the Javelina 100 has any resemblance to what they're about to go face in Europe. So I'm like, cool, you podium to Javelina. There's just like zero climbing, right?
Shows
it's like
she-
in the
shows
desert
that
of
she's
Arizona.
fast.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, she's
First place at the Vermont 100K. Now that I like, because that's in the mountains.
yeah.
So I like Riley to be in the top 10. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch because she's American. She's been racing for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
know.
talented.
I don't know how old she is, but she's been racing since she was 19.
Yeah.
10 years. Okay, experienced.
Yep.
Pro. But our podium probably looks something like we got Heather Jackson.
Yep. Yep.
I picked her on the podium in Western. She took 7th.
Did you mention Jasmine Lowther?
Jasmine, I was getting to Jasmine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, dog.
MK Sullivan. I really, really like that pick.
Mhm.
And Jasmine Lowther.
I could roll with Jasmine, MK, and Tony for a podium.
It's almost like you read my mind. Yeah. But do you like Tony to take 3rd? Who do you like to win? So we're going to go with Jasmine.
I like Jasmine to win.
First female. So she won Speed Goat in July.
Yeah.
She took 4th in the CCC in 2022.
I don't know, dude.
Canyons 100K.
Let's go. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's go Tony to take second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jasmine Lowther first.
Yeah.
Tony McCain second. MK Sullivan third.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's our women's CCC Podium 2024.
I like it.
Okay. Go get it. This is going to be fun. But unfortunately, we don't get to watch this weekend. It's next weekend. We have a lot to talk about next week on UTMB, though.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
This will be very fun. We are going to make our way over there one of these years. I'm really, really hoping it's next summer.
Let's do it.
Even if I'm not racing, I feel like it's time.
That'd be fun.
Why don't you get yourself a passport?
I will get that done.
In the name of UTMB.
Hear, hear.
Amen.
No.
I will get my passport. Okay. Awesome. Okay, we've recapped the races. We hit CCC. We drafted. You know what we haven't done? I have not thanked our good friends at Rockstar. I cracked this bad boy open. This is number 2. It's a little bit later in the morning. It's actually past lunchtime now.
Get it.
I got my number 2 on. You got your little coffee.
Uh-huh.
So thank you to Rockstar. Crushing as always. And DC Peaks, we got some cool stuff coming. Any little announcement, little teasers you want to talk about with DC Peaks?
We got some stuff coming.
Before we close?
Teasers. Well, we are very close to having some permits on some new trails, some sections that none of our runners have ever been on as part of a DC Peaks event. We're going to make our way south of
The DC.
of Davis County.
Okay. And add some trailage.
Yep.
To add distance. I'm going to close with, I would like you to have some closing thoughts on, this is DC Peaks year number 4. We want to do something cool for our runners who have ran the race 5 times. And then we'll do something at 10 and so on. But because we have a select number of runners who next year will be their 5th year running the DC Peaks 50, what do we have in store for runners that complete 5 DC Peaks 50? 250 miles of Davis County Trail.
Kind of. I mean, we are counting the snow year.
Yeah. Heck yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little prize for them to be determined.
Okay. So for anyone who's listening who has signed up for DC Peaks 50 3 times, you haven't signed up yet for year number 4, it will be well worth it to do your 4th, because next year
We know who you are.
we're looking right at you.
We know who you are.
We have a very unique list.
There's some people that have signed up every year that are also signed up this year. There's some people that have done it every year that are not signed up this year. You know who you are. Let's go. You don't want to miss out on the 5-year gift. You do not.
Something you don't want to miss.
No.
Okay. Thank you to DC Peaks, as always. Thank you to Rockstar. We'll see you guys next week. We talk about UTMB. This has been the next aid station.